Alright, stream should be live. I still need a few moments to pull up chat and do a Discord announcement and maybe set some tags on the game. So if you're watching the VOD, feel free to skip the first minute or two. Okay, chat has been pulled up. Discord announcement is set. Okay, tags. Okay, should be good to go. Notice the current subscribers just went from 272 to 271. I don't know why that happens when I start streaming sometimes. It's like the minute I stream, and it's usually I think when I stream a Yuri game, the minute some Yuri takes off, somebody dips. They're like, it's not just Genshin, Nani? I just wanted what is best for you. Both of them always used to say that. The one stepmother who taught me how to stay alive, and the one stepmother who raised me with affection. She raised me with affection. She already passed away, but I'm sure that she really meant those words. The words she would say while genuinely caring for the other person. But the mother who taught me how to stay alive, the mother who is far away from me now and who I never expect to see again, she used those words to control me. As a kind push to force me into all of the opportunities that have been laid out in front of her. What's going on, Mister? What's going on, XYZ? I just wanted what is best for you. In the disorientating pitch black, my heart murmurs. That voice I remember all too well echoes in my mind, and a feeling darker than black itself swells up inside my chest. It's a deep rage like a blood-streaked mud churning darkly and deeply inside my heart. The fact that you're saying your Raycon earbuds games reminds me of the fact that I was in the bathroom earlier and there was like randomly some earbuds on the floor. I was gonna pick them up too and then I forgot. What's going on, XYZ? I just woke up from a nap. I think I feel a little bit more more sick than I was before. Now I feel like a little congested too. But we're gonna power through. We're gonna power on. That typhoon echoing in my ears and my mind intensifies, and the thunder and rain beat away at the windows and walls. It's almost as if huge crowds of people are clapping their hands all at once. The power is out, and inside this pitch black room, I think of my mother's, my anger only increasing. All because of my fear that the mother who should be dead is still alive, and the wild delusion that she might come to harm me again. Apparently this sub-story is titled Ghosts of the Past. I don't know why. I don't remember enough from the main game to say why, but we'll see. Also, thank you for the 3 likes. They like AirPods but cheaper and still good right now. Longer playtime and battery life than Apple. Ooh, fancy. I think I've heard of them before, but I didn't know that much about them. They're the ones that go inside your ear, right? Because I usually like the bigger headphones that stay outside your ear. Like Beats, I guess. It's a foreboding feeling that I just can't shake. I try to drown out the fear with anger as I think about my two stepmothers. But the sound of the increasingly fierce storm simply paints over my feelings with more anxiety. Okay, so does that mean that, like, when she was hooking up with her sister, technically it was her stepsister? But they look so much alike. And maybe their moms are also lesbian? I don't know, it's crazy. What are the odds? Even now, I'm sure, it sounds like the door. No, the delusion just made a sound. Unable to see anything in the pitch black, my eyes search for where it came from. And then, just at that moment, a bolt of lightning illuminates the room and I see her. Stepmother? Wait, but Nana said that. But we're not supposed to be playing as Nana. We're supposed to be I. What the heck? Almost as if I had summoned her from my nightmares, my stepmother stands there. She looked like Organization 13 from freaking Kingdom Hearts.
Yuri after.
Bro, everyone's sick for real, for real. Like, my whole family except me and my brother not sick. I mean, I think I lasted longer than most people. Because I think the teachers that I work with and the kids at my job were sick for like 2 weeks now. And I didn't get sick until Friday. So I think I lasted like a good 2 weeks before they finally got me with their zombie diseases. Inside my ears, dang. Yeah, you know what that reminds me of that you say that? So I've been watching ASMR. And for some reason, they like doing like ear cleaning ASMR. Which is like weird because I've been trying to listen to other types of ASMR. But then it always somehow turns into ear cleaning, even if there's like a different theme. And I'll dox myself. I've been listening to ASMR by Maury Calliope, I think her name is. Don't ask me how I came across that. I don't know. It was just in my recommended. I gave it a try. I needed something to listen to while playing Genshin. And I was listening to this maid-themed one. And the maid-themed one was kind of interesting because, like, the first hour was basically just her interacting with chat. So the first hour was pretty good. And then it got into, like, the actual more ASMR stuff. And then that's when it got kind of boring. But the first hour when she was just talking to chat, like, that was pretty interesting. Why were you listening to ASMR? Because I've listened to, like, all of the Trash Taste podcasts, and I don't know what else to listen to like, not be bored while playing Genshin. Because let's be honest, we're all bored playing Genshin, right? So I needed something to listen to, and that was in my YouTube recommended. So I was like, why not? I'll give it a go. I gotta lower my laptop volume because of this. Oh my lord, Jesus. I hate ASMR. I mean, you tried it, but if you hate it, that means you've also tried it at some point. Apple AirPods Pro Gen 3 with gel tip are $235 and only have noise canceling. That's why Raycon has it at $80 with 3 variations picked. That sounds like a lot, man. That's a lot of money. Bro, I've been bored since they released the last hit game. What was the last hit game? Did my message not appear, bruh? I don't know. What's going on, Azure? How are you? 1 month before the storm. There's a storm. Oh, no. It's been 1 year since the release of Nier Majo and the End of the World. And thus, also 1 year since I started dating Tori. Who's even speaking, though? If I had to name something that had changed during this year, I have. Well, let's just say that some things have changed and others have stayed the same. Is this gonna be like... Okay, here's what I'm imagining. I think maybe at the end of the main game, her and her sister hook up. But then in this side story, they're gonna break up. And then she's gonna end up dating the blonde girl. Cause Nana was talking a minute ago. In any case... I start my day with the usual ritual. Flicking on the TV is still the first thing that I do. There hasn't been any change in how terrible I am at getting up and how long it takes for me to wake up fully. Looking at the clock, I allot myself 30 minutes to wake myself up properly. As I stare at the morning news, the cogs in my head slowly begin to turn. At first, the picture just enters my eye. Azure, bro, she ain't even here. I didn't see her message, XYZ says. I saw my sisters watching it. They were watching what? ASMR? What ASMR were they watching? Then, with my job being what it is, I begin to pick up words spoken with the wrong intonation. Eventually, I start to understand what the newscaster is actually saying. Once that happens, I'm almost there, but that's where things have changed. Just like every other day, I hear the door opening. Nana, good morning. I energetically rips the summer blanket away from me. Good morning, I. Yes, it is a good morning. The thing that has changed is that my girlfriend wakes me up now. I flashes her lovely, cheerful smile at me, who still isn't 100% awake yet. She gives me an affectionate kiss on the lips. That's something else that has changed. Hehe, someone's sleeping in late. I know you make fun of me for this every morning, but I really can't help it. I say huskily, feeling a warmth radiating from where I kissed me. Suddenly I'm awake. I is such an important heat source for me. Heat source, Jesus. Is that all she is to you? I'm tired, man. I feel you, because I literally just woke up from like a 2.5 hour nap. I was supposed to do some work stuff, and I didn't do it. I don't even know why I started napping. I don't know if I felt tired, or if I just needed a moment to sort my thoughts, or... I mean, I did take off my glasses, so I know I was, like, prepping to relax, but... I don't know. I don't know why I felt like I needed that moment, but I guess I did need that moment because I fell asleep, so... Yep, my sister's watching ASMR. I think food ASMR, and that's weird. I don't like... Wait, is it ASMR or is it mukbang? Because I know people watch mukbang, which is basically you're just watching someone eat. And the reason people do mukbang often is because they live alone, or they don't have someone to go out and, let's say, like, have a date with or hang out with as a friend. And they want to feel like they're not eating alone. So they'll either watch a mukbang, or they'll stream or tape the mukbang themselves. That way they can feel like they're eating with someone else. Both mukbang and ASMR? That's interesting then. So you're not going to eat any breakfast today either? I mean, mukbang's interesting though, because then you might learn about foods that you didn't know about. Like today I learned about something, but it's because I went out and I looked at the menu. I'm gonna post it on Discord later, but I tried something called... Hold on, the menu fell down. I tried something called gulab jamun. So it's an Indian dessert, and they're like these little round balls, like picture donut holes. And they're made with like milk, saffron, I think sometimes, and a couple of other ingredients, and it's like inside of a sugar syrup, and it was really, really good. If you look at the picture that I took, it probably doesn't look like much. Like, you probably can't even tell if it's good or not. And to be fair, when I was looking at it, I couldn't even tell if it was gonna be good or not. But when you actually like eat it, like, it's just delicious. Especially if you like sweet things. If you don't like sweet things, then I don't recommend it, because it's like very sweet because of the syrup. But if you do like sweet things, then gulab jamun is the way to go. I thought that might be the case, so I already got it for you. I forced myself to sit up and take the glass that Ai is holding out to me. It's acai juice. At first, she would always try to give me something solid like granola or cereal, but gulp gulp, that flavor is always so hard to describe. I try to tell her that coffee is fine. But if you don't put anything in your stomach, it'll hurt later on. Well, I'm just glad it's nothing solid. I can't even stomach cereal or granola. Solids just will not go down my throat in the mornings, but by the time I finish my full glass of acai juice, I'm completely switched on. And now I have just realized, I'm really sorry to ask you this, but... What? It was so hot during the night and I kicked them away somewhere. Oh, over by the table. Could you pass me that underwear? Oh, kicked off her underwear? It's a relief that she didn't completely rip the blankets away from me. I leave the bakery in front of the station.
売り切れてなくてよかった
I'm
ですね
so glad that they hadn't sold out yet. Oh no, wait, Nana is the blonde girl's name. Why did I keep thinking it was the sister's name? I know that it's the blonde girl's name. I'm so dumb. But then who was this? What was the sister's name? That's so weird. I thought her name was also similar to Nana. Oh yeah, her sister was Kokoro. Her sister was Kokoro, but if you look at the sister's design, she looks like she could be a Nana. I can't believe we got the last one. Today is our lucky day. This hasn't changed either. I still visit the bakery to buy their weekly special. It's something that I've continued to treat myself to.
半分こしようね
Half each, okay? I squeals. Yay, back at me like a little kid. I stroke her head and look up at the sky. It's so bright and summery that I have to
変
squint.
わっていることと
Some things have changed, some things don't. If things change because you're growing, those changes are good. But if you try looking from the perspective of someone who has found somewhere to put down their roots, then not changing is better. For someone like me who does everything by halves, I can't decide which I agree with, but
自分の居場所
I'm
を
glad that I
見つけ
could
ること
find somewhere I belong. That's why.
早く行きましょう
Let's go already, our guests will be getting there soon. That's what her hand on my arm is telling me, and then
それでは
now I'll be asking questions from the fans. I'm taking questions in the Eureka software break room. The editor of a magazine, a short-haired career woman, is interviewing me. That's right. This is what has changed the most. Excuse me, did you say something? I can't believe that I let it slip. The editor crosses her legs like the woman from Basic Instinct and repeats her question.
いただいた質問ですが
This is a question that we have received. As a voice actress, what do you eat and drink to protect the quality of your vocals? Ooh, these are interesting questions. Now I'm interviewed by writers and editors from voice acting magazines. This is what has changed the most. Why is everything such a big change?
えっとっすね
That's a good question. I try to avoid spicy and inflammatory foods, and I try to make sure that everything I drink is at room
それと
temperature. Okay.
飲み物はなるべ
That's
く
smart.
常温でいただくようにして
As I answer, I can't help but feel moved when I think about how far I've come to have voice acting magazines do features on me. I voiced Majo in Nie Majo and the End of the World 1 year ago, and because of that, now I'm being invited to do everything from anime voice acting to movie dubbing. Now at last, people often say that you're a young starlet in the making, but are there any other voice actors that have caught your attention lately? An up-and-coming star. I don't have much self-worth, so that turn of phrase always makes me feel uncomfortable. But I bite back the uneasiness and give the name of a girl I'm good friends with.
そうっすな
Stop pushing me. Oh, come on. Your boobs are on top of my head. There's nowhere else for them to go. Can't you bend over a little more?
かがんだら
If I bend over anymore, then something is going to break. With how small you are, I think you could stand to roar. Eep.
あの
The editor throws a look at the entrance where she spies my colleagues peeking out from. I force a smile to try and apologize to her. Hey Saki, you're bothering Nana. I just wanted to see the whole deer and headlights routine as the interviewer pelts her with questions. I was genuinely interested. I'm glad the little sister stepped in from the other side of the room, but
もうちょっと声を
I need you to lower the volume and do whatever it is that you're doing away over there.
仲がよろしいん
You all
です
seem
ね
to get along very well. Oh, right.
はい
Yes, we
ゲー
do.
ム会社に勤めている
People love how you're a voice actress who actually works for a game company too. And it really seems like you're one of the team with them looking out for you. Yeah, that's right. I honestly agree, but all I can do is smile. The editor prefaces her next request with I just thought I'd ask, but, and explains that she would like a photo of not just me, but whoever else from the company is willing to be in it with me. That's a great idea. I call out to the other side of the door. I hear some muffled sounds and the door begins to open.
あの
Pardon me.
話は聞
I'm
かせて
sorry,
もら
but we
ったわ
couldn't help but overhear.
このタイミングで
Why are you feigning manners now? Eyes nervously following behind the tall and proud Sachan. Behind them comes the little sister who doesn't even look like she wants to be here.
橘さんと仲のいい
So you're Miss
仕事仲間の
Tachibana's
子
work
ですよね
friends. I just want to take a picture of her working at a game company. Is that alright?
はい
Yes, that's fine, but
すみませ
I'm
ん
sorry, Nana.
みんなで撮っても
No,
ら
it
え
makes
る
me
なら
happy to be able to take a
ママも嬉し
picture
い
of everyone else
ありが
too.
とうございます
Thank you, everyone. Alright.
そうですね
I think we can take it with one or two more people.
ならほのか
Then
に
why
で
don't
き
you
た
go
ら
and get Hanukkah?
そうします
Alright, I'll be right back. We need one more person. If only Marie Mahler was still here. That's another thing that has changed. My friend and master, Marie Mahler, has gone back to her home country. I didn't get all the details, but it seems like she has something she still needs to take care of back there. We're all pretty bummed out about it, but I'm sure she'll be back someday. I wish it was just a metaphor, but I don't think I'll ever truly lose someone who saved my life so easily. She'll be back one day, here at Eureka Software. Editor's son looks overworked? Yeah, man, we're all looking like that nowadays. We should send a copy of the magazine to Master. I bet she'll be kicking herself for not being here. Sachan laughs in agreement and I smiles. The little sister has gone off to search for the president and Hate. You all seem to get along so well. We do. My friends here are amazing. Oh, by the way, I'm fine with you taking my picture, but you should know that my left side is my best side. So it'd be great if you could try to capture that. And sometimes they're not so amazing. The editor smiles broadly at me and I raise a hand as the president and Hate are dragged into the room. What's going on, Saru? How you doing, bud? I'm very sorry for taking up so much of your time like this. Now that the interview and photo shoot are over, the editor bows her head to me. I reply with a polite wave from in front of my chest and bow my own head back. When we bow together, oh, that's right, she exclaims, knitting her brows as if she's kicking herself for something. On the inside, her unprofessional expression takes me by surprise. That's when I have something to give to you. Inside the tote bag, she's holding out a letter, sealed in an envelope, and beautifully wrapped the box. Is this a fan letter? Yes, at least I think it is. My surprise is probably obvious from my inability to speak and the look on my face. The editor explains that she was given it by a young woman outside of our office. She was just standing around outside of your office, and when I asked her if she was alright, she asked me to give you this. She seemed quite anxious. I kind of get what she means and take the bag from her. Lately, I've been receiving more of these fan letters and presents. I thank the editor for passing it on and bow my head once again. The editor leaves. I went to a pawn shop, and you finally bought that $99 Mario Party 3? I was looking it up when you were talking about it yesterday. Apparently, it was N64, huh? The oldest Mario Party game that I played, which I still have, is Mario Party 4. And that was on GameCube. And I also purchased it from it was like a gift shop instead of a pawn shop, but it was kind of like a pawn shop, I guess. And I bought it from a gift shop way back, and it was used, and it was without the book. So I have the disc and the original case, but not the booklet. And then I think I played Mario Party 6 and 8. I think I owned 6, and I think I rented 8. But those are the only 3 Mario Parties I've played. So is Mario Party 3 like the best Mario Party? Like, what led to this? What did you get? Someone has sharp hearing. I just happened to catch a little conversation. Sachan presses me further, and I repeat what the editor told me. When I do, then how do you know that she wanted to give that to you? She asks. Sorry? Well, did she say whose fan she was? She could have been waiting for me, especially after the glory I won for Niemajo scenario. I guess that could be possible. You care more about the present than the fan letter, don't you? She tries to deny it, but her eyes are glued to the stylish box inside the bag. Whatever, I guess I want to see what's in there too. Alright then, let's read the fan letter first. It's probably made out to one of us. What is this? Who am I? Help me. Please, who are you? What's going on, legendary legend? How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. This is a Yuri visual novel. You are the legend. I am Kushami. And Saru's favorite game is, apparently Mario Party 8. Which is interesting, because I always wanted an N64. And now that, you know, technically I could just buy one. But now I'm like, is it worth it at this point in life? Because, like, as a kid, it would have been bussin'. But now that I'm an adult, would it hit the same? But if you're saying Mario Party 3 is that good, then it might be worth it just to try that. I don't know. What's going on, David? How you doing today, brother? I read the letter together with Sachan. This is... What's going on, Diva Rain? How you doing today? It's basically a love letter to Niemajo. Also, thank you to everyone who's left a like on the stream. Arigato gozaimasu. Are you sure? Yeah, I don't know. Something's going on with the legendary legend. You have to remind them who they are. I'm on the floor. Well, I highly recommend that you get off the floor. The dialogue between Nia and Majo, that's all down to Saki on the script. Just like she suggested. But it goes on to praise the voice acting. Guess it's 60-40. I guess I acknowledge your superiority then. I smile at her wryly. Well, wait. Look, I'm just saying that if you can share it, then you should. I unwrap the paper in front of Saki and open the box. Is that supposed to be an ice cream? Some kind of foreign cake? They're releasing it on the Switch though? The service is expensive? Oh, they're like doing it like digitally on the Switch? I mean, I think it's still better to have a physical copy. Unless they would have like remade it on the Switch and had like a disc. That's what they should do. They should like do a disc. Let's say it has like Mario Party 1 through 4 on it. Like the old classics. And then like another disc that has like 5 through 8. I could be played on the Switch or something. That would be pretty interesting. You want ice cream? I mean, you're not gonna get it lying on the floor. I think it's a bath bomb, as Sachan frowns at the colorful and striking mushroom-shaped bath bomb, like she has never seen one before. I give her a rough explanation about bath products. She loses interest in an instant. Legendary, you are here because you enjoyed this stream. That's a very matter-of-fact way of putting it. Yeah, Dan, this is definitely for you. You really don't care unless you can eat it, do you? Bathing is like the third most annoying thing I have to do in my life. It's stupid to be into stuff like that. I love baths, so I want to tell her she's wrong, but it'll just start a boring argument. Besides, it's already lunchtime. I'd rather talk about dinner than bath bombs. Is there anybody here who's really into bath culture? Like bath salts, bath bombs, whatever. I tried last year bath salt and I don't know, it just wasn't. It was weird. I don't know if I did it right. And then I also tried putting some, I think it was like let's call it a cinnamon extract, because I don't know what else to call it. A cinnamon aroma oil, whatever you want to call it, into the bathtub to see what that would be like. The cinnamon thing was nice. But yeah, it was definitely different. Credits due where credits due. Your cooking is amazing. She praises me, scratching her head warily and returning to her desk as she stifles a yawn. Maybe I should make Italian food today. I murmur as I gently caress the fan letter. I think about my friends at Yuri Software, and everyone who has ever supported me. I can't help but smile as I think about them and how they gave me somewhere I belong. I hold the fan letter to my chest and head off toward the break room to make pescatore and caprese salad. Bath culture? I even don't know what is bath bomb. What is salt bath? So bath salts are like these big pieces of Epsom salt, it's called. And you put it in the bath and it's hard to describe what it does, but it's supposed to be relaxing. It's supposed to be good for your health. But if you look it up, I think in some ways it could also be bad for your health. But it's supposed to be a whole relaxing, almost therapeutic experience. I recommend looking it up. The internet might explain it better. Would you like one shot or double it and give it to the next person? I don't even know what that means. But you do need to relax a bit, legendary legend, or else you'll be out of here. O-U-T out. That's what I always tell the kids. O-U-T out. 27 days before the storm. You're going to start a Twitter account? Saki asks, seemingly incredulous that I haven't yet, as she piles her plate with my homemade paella. All my voice acting friends keep saying this as well, but I apparently have a one-track mind. If I started one, I'd probably never be off it.
凝り性な
Not
の
gonna lie,
は
my parents would
私の
usually
考
give
え
bath
よ
bombs as gifts to
凝って
teachers
しまうかどう
usually.
かは知らないけどだったらどう
Yeah,
して
see, I'm
今
not
更
really
始めよう
into
と
it
思った
because
の
like, well, first of all, I shower. I shower instead of bathing. And then if you're bathing, like, you have to make sure that the bathtub is like really clean. Where, you know, sometimes in my bathtub there's like hair that needs to be cleaned out, which is kind of gross. Or even if it looks clean, you just gotta make sure it's extra clean. What is a bath bomb? Let me look it up so I could explain it to you, because a bath bomb I think is different from the Epsom salt. So a bath bomb, it dissolves in water and it fizzes this up and helps loosen damaged layers of skin because it releases citric acid. When used as directed, it's generally safe. The main concern is skin sensitivity to some of the ingredients, such as fragrances and dyes. And it could cause allergic dermatitis. Yeah, it doesn't sound like a great thing to use. It's basically a ball that you put into a bath. Yeah, and it's supposed to help get rid of loose skin, I guess. It doesn't seem necessary. It comes in a lot of shapes with different colors and smells. Yeah. I'm the one with the one-track mind here. I'm not sure that you would get addicted to it, but even so, why are you starting one now? I tell her that there's a deeper reason for that, and I think back to I eating dinner at my place last night. I'm going to be on the radio. An excited voice on the other end of the line tells me it's true, and the tone of my manager's voice tells me that it's not just as a guest. I'm gonna block this person soon. I'm gonna block them soon myself. I don't even think you'll need to block them on your end. I'm just trying to see where it goes, because so far there's an improvement of using caps less. That's an improvement. Oh, now I see something that didn't come through that's not so good, so I guess it's that time. Do you mean that I'll have my own show? Yes, you played a lead in that phone game recently, right? It's still a bit hush-hush, but I hear it's getting an anime. So they're going to be doing radio stuff and ads. I'm honored, but aren't there a million more famous voice actresses than me? They decided that they wanted someone young and up-and-coming rather than a household name, and besides, the famous people are... She stops before she says busy. I can already tell what she was going to say, though. I'm not exactly free either, but I can make time. Okay, so how about it? Would you like to go for it? I know you do. I've already done my own show over the internet, but doing one over the airwaves is another dream of mine. I bet I have the biggest grin ever on my face right now. As I'm sitting there, I hear I call my name, sitting across from me. Alright, daydream's over. All I can say about that is F. And that's that. Okay, I think I get the gist of it. So you're starting Twitter to push that phone game along with the radio advertisements. When you put it like that... What? I'm not trying to discourage you, but it's not that hard to get famous. I've learned this through age and experience. Ha, do you want my autograph? Psyche fends me off with her fork to get me to drop it. Hey, the door opens and I hear a shout. You're late, she's giving me all of your food. That's not fair, you're eating already? It seems that the cry was because I could see us already digging into the food she had been looking forward to. Not that she doesn't get to eat my cooking every day or anything. Be right back, I'm hungry. Enjoy your meal, Mr. Looking forward to having you back. The first time we all agreed on blocking someone? No, that was the second time. Because back when Miku Emi was here, Miku Emi was also making a lot of people feel uncomfortable and we had to block them. Plus, you missed the chat about the radio stuff. Radio stuff? I hear a characteristically low voice. Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but with a fashion sense as distinctive as her voice, Hatei enters the room behind I. It's still all off the record, but I trust everyone here, so it's okay. I was the one who invited her to lunch. Hatsue makes a relieved expression and sits across from me, looking over all of the food in front of her. She tells me it looks amazing. I've never seen dishes like these before. Where are they from? This is Spanish. Paella and Spanish tortilla. This one is kind of like an omelet. And here we have pisto. To give you a rough idea, it's like Spanish stewed vegetables. I didn't have that much time, so this is all I could make. It's more than enough. I'm sick of eating beef bowls. It looks so yummy, I'll dish it up for us. Where's little sister? Kokoro had to go out all of a sudden. I think she was disappointed that she couldn't eat with us. I made enough for all of us, so there might be a few leftovers now. Tucking into her paella, Sachan immediately begins talking and waving her fork around. That shouldn't be a problem. It tastes really good, so I don't imagine those leftovers will last very long. She's right. Wow, she's definitely right. The eyes behind those sunglasses of Hate's crinkle into a smile as if she really likes the food. Anyway, congratulations on the radio show, Tachibana. Tachibana from Angel Beats. You actually blocked him or her? Yes, I did. Blocked both of them. Anyway, I mean, Miku Emi kept asking people what their age was, which wasn't good. And they also kept saying their real name, and I was starting to doubt that was their real name, which was kind of odd. And then this guy left a whole message that YouTube didn't allow that was just like, okay, that message isn't good. I'm pretty sure they both violated TOS in some way. Not to mention the general rules of the Nico GU community. Which, now that I think about it, technically I don't have rules here on, like, on YouTube. Like, the way Twitter has, like, a rules sort of panel. But I have rules in my Discord, and the same rules that are in my Discord we can apply to YouTube. Plus, YouTube obviously has its own TOS rules that we're gonna follow as best we can. We were talking about the Spanish guy, right? Well, they claimed that they were a Spanish woman from Mexico named Sarah Hernandez. But then the interesting thing is, when you add them on, or if you try to add them on Genshin, it would say their name was Chris, which is a guy name. So it's kind of like, are you Sarah Hernandez, or are you BSing me? And a lot of the stuff that they used to ask was just odd. They would always ask people's age and gender. Thank you, that makes me so happy. Yesterday me and I were going at it, but neither of us have experience. Oh yeah, they used to always say I love you to people too. Which, considering you're in a public space of online strangers, saying I love you day one is kinda highly unusual. Neither of us have experience, so we just made a complete mess. So these are the behaviors we don't want to see. Excuse me? She means on Twitter. She's going to be telling people she's on the radio on there to promote this thing, both on that and the radio. Hatsue strokes her chin and tilts her neck slightly in thought. I wonder if she has some sort of opinion. I wanted to ask you, but when I make my Twitter, what are some of the things I should be careful of? That's a good question. Hey, if you wanted to know that, then you should have come to me first. Huh? You're on Twitter, Sachan? When I voice my surprise, she puffs out her tiny chest and brags that of course she is, and when she starts with her, and that's why. Tachibana was asking me. Huh? No one is asking you, Miss Mugendo. A feeling of tension descends upon the break room? Yeah, break room. Sachan's eyes narrow. Hatsue draws in her chin and stares down at her. They had been getting along so well lately that I almost forgot. Hatsue has never really liked Sachan. It's not really about her as a person, but I've heard her talk about how she hates writers who slow work down. It doesn't matter how much we can improve the quality of a product, we should be ashamed when we have to push release dates back. It's something that I have sympathy with, and she seems to speak from experience, but what should I do about this atmosphere? Suddenly I hear a clapping sound. Then why don't you both give her your advice? They look towards the ever cheerful eye. Fine. Well, it was a Spanish person. I told him when he asked my gender was Apache attack helicopter. It's a joke because of all the weird gender-ish. Yeah, I feel that's what was I gonna say? That's fair, feels fair. I don't know, something like that. That makes sense. My friend does that a lot too, since there's like 50 million genders now, he'll just make something up. I guess if that solution is obvious enough for a newbie, it should be obvious enough for us. It's interesting because when I've done some job applications, they'll ask like, what's your gender, and then what's your gender identity? I think like something like that, right? So it'll be like gender, I'll be like male. Then there'll be like sexual orientation, I'll put straight. And then they'll ask for my gender identity, which is strange because it's like, well, you have my gender, you have my sexual orientation. So since when is there a third option? And then when you look at the third option, nothing applies. So it's like, I guess none of the above. I mean, I'm just a straight male. What the heck more do you want? The pair of them stand down. Sometimes she's a lot of trouble, but the airhead always seems to be there to save me. Huh? As I unconsciously begin stroking her head, Ai shows me a girlish, carefree smile. Alright then, when you're creating your account, it's okay to do this while we eat, right? Of course it is. I really need your help. If you do this, you get this. Wow. Well, Gendo's way is okay, but mine is better. I nod along as I stuff my cheeks with Spanish omelet. It's a slightly sweet omelet, cooked with plenty of olive oil, onions, potatoes, and eggs. Thinking about how well it turned out for a first attempt, I cast my attention back towards the conversation Hate and Sachan are having. I think I'll take both of your advice to set up my account. I'm so glad that it sounds so easy. I'm completely lost when it comes to computers. You are? You never have any issues at work, so I thought that you were really good with them. That's all just through tons of trial and error. I've gotten better. Anyway, I still need to decide on what date I'm going to start it after talking to my manager. I ask what I should tweet once I've got my account set up. Both Hate and even Sachan make faces like a deer caught in headlights. What? Oh, that's right. You've never had one before. Usually it's like what you've eaten. Oh, or about your pet. Although you don't have one. You should just post about cute stuff. I see. That sounds like it would be popular. I'm not so sure about that. Huh? You're starting out on social media to promote that show, right? That means you should focus on the radio stuff, and maybe post things about your work. Then you could retweet things that are incidental to your job by people in the same field. I get it, that could be good too. Which advice did you find most helpful? Sorry? Wait, so does that mean that if I'm doing Twitter, I should be doing retweets because it helps? I don't really do a lot of retweets. I mean, I don't really do a lot of Twitter, but I definitely, like, almost never retweet anything when I do. I usually just post my own stuff. Hers or mine? Whose advice was best? Oh god, I have to make choices? I guess we have to save then. Okay. Yeah, I don't really know. I forgot what their arguments were. I was kind of just reading instead of processing. But since I like Sachan more than Hate, like, I mean, not that I got anything against Hate, but I don't really know what her role is. I kind of forgot. I know Sachan is the writer. Kind of forget what Hate does. And also her outfit is kind of weird. So I'm gonna pick Sachan because she makes sense to me. I'm confused by my coworker's question for a moment. She sounds like a jealous girlfriend. Sachan's, I guess. I feel kind of forced into saying that though. Oh yeah, that expression is worth it. Ugh. Maybe it's because she said it so triumphantly that she gets a little bit of an accent. She puffs out her non-existent chest towards Hate. No, it works of course, but it can get you in a real bad position if you F up. If you F up with the retweets, you mean? How so? It's okay, you shouldn't be ashamed to lose to me. You should be ashamed that you thought that you could ever beat me in the first place. Why job application as your sexual preference? You send your CV to matchmaker? I don't know why it has your sexual preference. I think you're allowed to put that you prefer not to say. Yeah, I'm not really sure why they ask. I think it's because they want to try to make sure that they have a diverse team. So I think it's for the sake of diversity. She rubs it in. How gracious of you. Hey, come over here, Nana. Called over, I get up and go over towards her. Hey, good girl, Nana. What is this? A thank you? She caresses my head with her tiny warm hand. It's like something you would do to a child, but I guess it's kind of rare. I should just enjoy it. I sit and take Sachan's fawning. Is she cheating on I? Aw. I avert my gaze away from an envious eye's face. Anyway, I pull myself together and stand, thanking both of them for their advice, and imply that maybe we should just get on with eating again. Anyway, I think I get the gist of it now. Good. For a while, we eat in silence. By the way, I starts fiddling with her fork. You use an avatar on Twitter, right? Should that be a picture of Nana's face? Oh, that's right. I hadn't thought about that. Lately, it's all pictures people have drawn in their pets. Some people use landscape shots. Oh, right. You won't stand out like that. Voice actresses and other people that sell themselves should use their face. Ah, yes. Casually wearing a maid outfit. Giyu, totally normal. That ain't a normal dress. Bro, that is as normal as it gets. And highly attractive. Oh, you're probably right about that. I get the horrible feeling that we're right back where we just were. That's when... Oh, thank goodness for that. My phone starts ringing as if to spare me the horror. Hello, it's unusual for you to call. Usually you just message me. Okay, alright. Yes, I'm free tonight, but the person on the other end just tells me what they need and hangs up. Who is that? Speaking of hung up, eyes, constant jealous gazes lingering on me. It was someone from my voice actress agency. Are you going out with them somewhere tonight? I don't have any plans tonight, but I guess she doesn't usually take calls in front of her like that. I think you might be right. And she seemed so friendly with whoever it was on the phone. There may be nothing to it, but that was definitely a slip-up. Suddenly, the best of friends, Sachan and Hatsai give me the side-eye. You will never guess what my PFP is. I mean, it's literally like a reddish with a grayish black on top. It made me think of like the evening, like the sun is setting. Like the horizon at sunset. Ai has put down her fork and her hands now rest on top of her knees. She keeps up her smile as she asks her question. This is my unlucky day. If 3 things go wrong in a row, even just a little bit, then I should stop drawing attention to myself. I tell myself internally for forgetting that little bit of wisdom. Hey, you know, this is pretty nice. I pierce an as of yet untouched Spanish omelet with a fork and hold it out towards Ai. Nope, it isn't. 23 days before the storm. Oh god, why are we counting down to a storm? There's no wind and some small, stubborn clouds hang still in the sky. It's almost like a cartoon stage where the clouds have been nailed tightly into some plywood. Alright, give me the spoiler. What is your PFP? As I wait, I look up at the sky. Nana! Alright, I think my freaking avatar is gonna mess up now because I changed position. Alright. I wave back as Ai charges me, arms waving like an excited golden retriever. Yeah. It's not like I made her particularly jealous, and now I'm trying to compensate for it. Sorry I made you wait. It's okay, it's fine. I've been so looking forward to this that it feels like we only made the plan yesterday. We often go on dates at the weekend. I've been looking forward to this too. I just feel so bad about having fun when everyone else is so busy. Since Yumeutsutsu sold so well, they're talking about bringing out a fan disc, right? It seems like the boss finally got her ASS into gear. We've come up with the plot and have finally started writing. Sachan had been skeptical about writing a sequel, but it looks like some kind of compromise has been reached. Lately she's been pouring her heart and soul into it without sleeping. All of the other members are getting started on their past now, so they're all busy, but Ai is a production assistant, and I'm just the office staff. I'll probably have to record some parts at some point, but that's still way off yet. So even though it's all systems go at Eureka Software, nothing has changed for us. Well, since we have the chance to have fun, we should take it. By the way, what's that in your hand? I bought it as an apology for being so late. I respectfully receive it as she presents it to me. Tapioca juice. I've never tried it. Right? And neither have I. I say a thank you to the well-intentioned eye and remember what I saw before on a video site. Oh yeah. Should we try that thing where you balance the bottle on your chest and drink? It's that challenge thing that's been going around. Oh, I've seen those. Okay, then you go first, go on. Is this Samsung background used 4 to 5 years ago? Jesus. I've pretty much like always had Samsung, but I don't remember that background. Okay, then you go first, go on. What made you choose this background? Me? I can't do it. I don't have the chest for it like you do. I can't help but laugh at her sincere protest. Then I hear a faint voice. Oh my, isn't that Nana Tachibana? Shall we head towards the movie theater then? It's almost time for the movie. Yes, we should get going. I'm disappointed that I didn't get to see attempt the challenge as we walk towards the movie theater drinking our juice. That last scene was amazing. I don't usually like sci-fi, but I cried a little at the end. Once the movie ends, everyone starts talking. I are no exception. We waste no time in heading towards the coffee shop after leaving the movie theater. And by the time we turn the corner, we're already deep in conversation. Once we finish talking about the story and praising the actors, I is thirsty and quickly finds an ice cream stall on the street. I'll be right back, she says, not even waiting for my reply. Ice cream is something special for us. On a day as hot as this one, we ate ice cream once. I feel like it was ever since then that we grew closer. I wonder if I remembers it too. I gaze at her waiting for her ice cream order when... Give me strength again? I see a sight that I've become very used to as the number of dates we have been on together has increased. You're pretty popular, huh, I? While I waits for her ice cream, a flirty looking woman approaches the well-mannered I, who's loitering around like a cat. I had never experienced this when she was single, but people have started to approach her ever since we started dating. I guess that I've also had a lot of propositions since we started going out. At first I thought it might be because of my job, but surprisingly, it might be because I seem more composed these days. Anyway. I call her name out in my distinctive loud voice. I raises her hand high in response and takes the 2 nicely timed ice creams. When the flirty looking girl hears me and looks this way, I see that she has the innocent face of a college student. Even from this distance, I can see how surprised and stiff she is now. Maybe my face is betraying my feelings more obviously than I had originally thought. When I take a step towards her, she immediately turns and runs. I'm back. I like how it's a girl that's flirting with her on the street instead of a dude. It's interesting. I thought she was gonna get approached by like 2 burly men or something. My birthday's in 7 days. Ooh, should I say happy early birthday? I don't know if we'll be around on your birthday. I don't know if I'm gonna end up streaming next Sunday or not. The phone broke of water damage last year during March. Oh, nice. What's going on, Onion? How was your week? What's the matter? It's going to start dripping if you don't eat it soon. Oh. Right. I leave my body to it and take a lick of the ice cream. I look at Ai. She's captivating. Her face is so delicate. Her skin so pale. Her eyes are beautiful. Her hair isn't dyed like mine. It's glossy and gorgeous. Her dainty lips are lovely. I can't take my eyes off her tongue licking up the ice cream. Oh god. When I look at her gently snuggling up close to me, I realize what a miracle it is that I am dating Ai Otori. She's my girlfriend. What am I supposed to do to a girlfriend? I could give you some ideas. Hey, I'm getting ready for school. Ooh, have a good day at school, Coconut. Mine is in 22 days. Are you guys like really counting down? Should I be counting down on my birthday? My dad's birthday is like 3 days before my birthday. Oh man, that means he's gonna get all the gifts and you're just gonna get the leftovers. Bro, mine is in July. Facts. Of course, I'm not going to do something that would make her hate me, but I should be able to do what other couples do in public, right? In that case, She doesn't get angry if I hug her, and she doesn't mind if I kiss her. Isn't there anything more that I can do? I mean, yeah, I recommend more, please. Having a girlfriend is amazing. I'm just happy feeling needed and accepted. But she gives me so much more than that. I gaze at Ai and reach out towards her when... That must be nice. I stop my dirty hand in its tracks when I hear her mutter. I follow her gaze. There. It's not a couple, just like us. Oh, but... Ai's gazing at a couple with a child. Both of the parents are holding one of the child's hands. Don't tell me. Does she want us to be more than just girlfriends? Her envious gaze remains fixed on the kid. With me? Does she want a kid with me? Oh yeah. Together with an adult who acts like a complete child? Is someone like me even qualified to have a baby? And more importantly... Nana, your ice cream is melting. Oh, you're right. I immediately shoved the ice cream in my mouth. I feel the growing reality of marriage in my cold throat. Why cold throat? Shouldn't she be excited? You boomer. Her skin's so pale. Stop thinking at eat more iron. Eat more iron, Jesus. On the thing day we get our grades for the year back. Is that when your birthday is? On grade day? Hee hee, we're all just boomers. Dang, not like this. I don't think eating an iron bar is healthy. What do you mean we are boomers? As I gaze at the pale indigo, I think of the Ai I just saw watching that couple, or rather their child. I was called back to the office because of an emergency, so now I'm heading home alone. All I can think about as I walk back is that kid, and about marriage. Now that we've been dating for a year, I think everything has been brought to light. All of the good about her and the bad about me. Oh god. I love Ayatori more and more with each passing day, and I think that I know her well. But now that I'm so busy with all my voice actress work, marriage hadn't even crossed my mind. I may have become a little more famous now, but being self-employed isn't stable work. And I've only just began earning an average income. I don't have the money to support anyone else right now. Yeah, being self-employed, it's like the best thing, but also a very challenging thing. And maybe I'm a little traditional, but isn't 1 year of dating a little early to be getting married? We should date for 2 or 3 years, then maybe get a place together. But what about her parents? I have to meet them, and I guess they're still a while off. Sigh. First, I should think about how I can earn more money. I want to be able to meet her parents with my head held high. To do that, I need to take on more work. Maybe I can do something tonight, like write an ad or a social media post. I take my phone out my bag and stare at it. Are these flowers? In no time at all, I'm back home. A large bouquet of flowers has been stood outside of the apartment door. Could these be from Ai? When I pick the flowers up, there's an envelope inside. I take out the envelope and remove the letter. I look at the writing paper. Is this from a fan? The letter gushes about how much they love my work. They talk about everything from my small parts to my starring roles. They say that they've seen it all. Normally this letter would melt my heart, but this means that my address is out there. Yeah. There isn't an address on the envelope, but the people I work with definitely have it. I wonder if that's where it leaked from as I put my head to the doorknob. The doorknob rotates easily without any resistance. In other words, it isn't locked. Uh-oh. I slowly open the door and peep inside before I enter. The lights are off, but someone's sleeping in my bed? Are you for real? While summer blanket is draped over a human figure, I begin to sweat and my heart starts pounding. I can't bear the tension any longer. I grab the edge of the blanket, yank it away, and... Ugh. A small figure squirms. Huh? Whose bed do you think you're sleeping in? Oh, you're finally back. Her eyes are narrowed and she's glaring at me. You took so long that I fell asleep. You could have at least called or sent a message before coming over. I breathe a sigh of relief and feel the pounding in my chest calm down. Wiping away the sweat from my neck, I ask her if she borrowed the key from Ai. What? No, the door was already unlocked. Pretty careless if you ask me. I was going to send you a message and then wait outside your door at first, but I realized that I hadn't slept for the past 2 days, and I suddenly felt like taking a nap. As Sachan stifles a yawn, I ask her about the lock. I rack my brain over it, but I don't have much confidence in myself. I probably just forgot to lock it. So why are you here? Is this bouquet of flowers from you? Bouquet of flowers? Wow, do you really think that I would bring you something like that? Just get on with dinner. I've been living on instant ramen for the past 2 days. Did it not cross your mind that I might have already eaten with Ai? I say to Sachan. She looks at me confused as she innocently blinks her eyes. I realize that she never intended for it to be for the both of us. She just wanted me to feed her. She shrugs. This isn't a horror story. It's not. I mean, I had a feeling that it would be like one of her friends sleeping in her room because I know they'd be doing stuff like that. But at the same time, the letter was there. Saki said the door was already open. Still a little bit odd. I want to eat something filling. Have you got any meat? I mean, I do, but getting annoyed at my self-centered coworker makes me forget about my worries, and I can't help but let out a little laugh. My brain has completely switched to thinking about what I can make for dinner from the fridge. 21 days before the storm. Ai's comment has stirred up something more than I expected. Taking a breather from work, I suddenly remember what she said as my concentration breaks. That must be nice, escapes her lips. I guess that she must have already wanted kids from the beginning, but she's probably only saying that because she's only ever experienced good parental relationships. Can you play a horror game for once? I used to play horror games around like Halloween, like October, you know, that would be like horror game week time, but generally I don't really find much pleasure in horror games. And back when I did stream them, people were like, man, you never get scared at these, and it's like, well, it's just a game, it's just not that fun. It's been a year. The one horror game that I thought was like kind of fun, and mostly because it was kind of cute, was Yomawari, which has 3 games now: Night Alone, Midnight Shadows, and whatever the third one is called. So that one was interesting, but some of the other games like Amnesia and Sunder and everything else that I would play, it just, I don't know, it wasn't for me. It's been a year since we started dating though, and I can't help but think that she might want to change in our relationship, an evolution. We could simply get engaged and get married. Although one horror game I want to try is Fatal Frame, like the old Fatal Frames, like Fatal Frame 2 and Fatal Frame 3. Because my friend used to talk those up a lot. He said they were really good. And I also want to play one called Haunting Grounds, which was on PlayStation 2. But that's like, there's like no digital version of it, I don't think. And you can't really stream from a PS2 anyway. So I guess you would need an emulator. And I don't really like emulators, I don't trust them. So, Well, maybe she does want something more permanent like children. If I was a normal girl, then I don't think that I would have any trouble guessing what she wants, but I was abandoned. I don't understand the intricacies around this topic. I think about the 2 mothers who raised me, the stepmother who is now far away and somewhere I'll never see her again, and the stepmother who was taken from this world when I was still young. Why you play this horror game? Cute. Bro, I mean, isn't that a good reason though? If my late stepmother was here, she would have taught me all about it, but the mother who raised me afterwards is completely indifferent to the inner workings of people. That's why I don't know how to judge things that normal people would understand right away. But still, I have to be able to make decisions by myself. That's what is most important. I almost jumped straight up when I suddenly hear my phone ring. As I rifled through my bag for the phone that I forgot to put on silent mode, Kokoro, who sat next to me, twists herself away and looks at me disapprovingly. I wave my hand to say sorry and find my cell phone at last. The option to hang up on the unusual call from my manager disappears. I rush to the break room, phone in hand as it continues to ring. Yes, Tachibana? It can't be helped that my tone is a little bit rushed. My manager apologizes for calling me at work. She congratulates me on gaining over 10,000 Twitter followers, and lets me know that they're going to release the information about the radio show, and that she wants me to advertise it. If that's all, then I need to get back to work. Wait a second, I have to tell you the main reason why I called. There's this audition, are you interested? Normally she would say something like, go to this audition on this day, which immediately raises my suspicions. I was taken by surprise. Your name came up as their first candidate. It's the audition for... You mean that magical girl anime? I may be my girlfriend, but the real reason I told her is probably because of the alcohol. I've never been a strong drinker, but I have cause to celebrate today, so I'm already on my 5th beer. Shh, you need to be quiet. Oh, sorry, it's confidential, isn't it? As I panics and waves her arm around in front of Okami, I tell her that I'll let her know more once we get back home. You like turtles. You're the second person today that likes turtles, I must say. And the first person that liked turtles managed to get banned. So, I don't know, man. Today not a good day for turtles. I'm impressed though, they called you. It's like you really are famous now. It's no big deal, or maybe it is. Probably because I'm drunk that my lips are getting looser and looser, but it makes me so happy that I, the person who I want validation from the most, complimented me. Oh man, I gotta make another decision. Alright, decisions. Brag about Tweeter, compliment I back. Imagine bragging about Tweeter instead of flirting with my girlfriend. Compliment I back. I praise her back. No, you're the amazing one, I say. What? I'm still a nobody. If someone came bragging to me, I don't think I would be able to praise them. That's why you're so amazing. What, really? I just said it's because that's what I really think. I just mean that I respect how honest you are. I've never thought that you were a nobody. You led the Yumeutsutsu project to success. Hehe, you're making me blush. I's face was already red from her low alcohol tolerance, but her cheeks grow even brighter. I can't help but feel in love with her when I see her like this. This girl possesses something that I just don't. My shirt smells like freshly cut grass. Why? So many people say we are God's favorite creation, but look at turtles. They have build and armor and live for around 100. Do they live for 150 years? Is that all turtles, or just a specific breed of turtles, I guess? And why does it smell like grass? Because, you know, people have house pet turtles, right? And I don't think the house pet turtles live for 150 years. So what turtle are you talking about? I need to keep on moving forwards, but I mustn't rush. I need to take one step at a time to get her at Ai's side. Nana. I immediately turns around and declares, "It's because I'm your #1 fan," in good spirits. I know. She's my #1 fan and #1 supporter. Do you really mean it? I smile tenderly at my beloved as she takes my hand and links our arms. Inside my chest I feel totally fulfilled, and head back home taking in the summer air. Some for longer, some for shorter times. A nobody just like us. 19 days until the storm. Onion, you are not a nobody, but you are a vegetable. I'm sorry to break it to you like this. Yesterday, my dream radio show began broadcasting. Of course, I'm the main personality of the show, and have voice actors from the same agency come on the air to answer prepared questions or those sent in by postcard. It's the basic radio fare. My first guest is a popular voice actress who's my senior at the agency but younger than me in years. She's one of the heroines from The Social Game, who are one of my main sponsors. Probably after around 3 or 4 broadcasts, we'll do a big announcement. These guests are really just for show for now. Ours lived for a long time. We got it from a family member who died and died when we were young, and then, oh. So how long have you had the turtle? She was so amazing even though she's younger than I am. Work is over and on my way home, I remember back to my exchange in the radio booth yesterday. My senior from the agency was younger than me, still under 20. She may be younger than me, but her career as an artist is way longer than mine. I've had my own show online, but doing one on the radio is a whole different ballgame. She perfectly covered for me when I was at my most nervous. I made so many small mistakes. The staff members reassured me and told me that was part of my charm, but someone who's supposed to be in charge of the thing shouldn't be panicking. Every time I think back to how each guest expertly handled the awkward questions and unreasonable comments, I think about how careless I am. I look up at the sky, but the lights of the capital are too bright and I can't see any stars. I start to get hard on myself, thinking about how that's just like me, but... No. I'm still blessed compared to before. If I couldn't do it this time, then I just have to do it better next time. Staying positive and walking forward step by step was something that everyone at Eureka Software taught me. I stretch out and take a deep breath to distract myself from these feelings that are prone to bring me down. Maybe I should treat myself to a shot of my favorite whiskey, I think as I hurry home. It's older than you? Dang. That's a gangster turtle, and send a picture in the Discord one day. I want to see how big the turtle is. I'm looking forward to my nightcap upon my return when it's unlocked again. Somehow feeling uneasy, I tried turning the doorknob before putting in the key. Once again, it turns with little resistance. There's obviously nothing there, but I still check around the door to my apartment for a bouquet of flowers. Inside my apartment is dark, but living among the lights of the city, it's never pitch black. My eyes grow used to the darkness and I look towards the bed. I have to say that this is getting all too cliche. The summer blanket on my bed betrays a human form. I turn on the light. Hey, I literally just got to sleep. You want to die? I would really like you to stop breaking into my apartment. I say to Sachan, who's lying in my bed and looking up at me. I don't know how old it is. I know it was old. It's dead. Oh, it passed away? Dang. My condolences on your pet, then. Gio, I heard a rumor that the new Hydro Archon could be a hot blonde. When does the Hydro Archon release? Because we just got Sumeru, right? So I feel like it'll be like another year before we get whatever the next region would be. Because it took a year to get from Inazuma to Sumeru. So I don't know. I wasn't trespassing. You didn't have the residents' permission to be here, did you? I have permission from way higher up than you, though. I think she's been writing a little too much. If she doesn't sleep for 3 days, this is how she gets. I take my coworker's hand and encourage her to get up. Hey. She pulls my arm down forcefully and drags me onto the bed. Saki Mugendo lies before me. What are you trying to pull? I just want you to share some of that happiness. She stares at me, her eyes, cheeks, and lips warped into the expression of a mean-spirited cat, but... she's still turning me on? Oh god. Yeah, I had a feeling earlier when Saki was like patting her head, I'm like, bro, is this adultery unfolding? She smells differently from I. It's different from the scent I smell on her when we lie in bed together. It's summery mixed with sweat and warm nights. It makes my loins throb. Oh god, what? Your loins are throbbing from Saki Mugendo? Won't you share some of that happiness with a poor little singleton like me? Don't joke like that. She draws her lips to the side and laughs. You found us, she says. Huh? Is everything ready, Saki? She replies yes, but my visitor is still frozen in the doorway, staring at us because it looks like I'm forcing Sachan down onto the bed. What's up, newbie? I hear another voice and yet another visitor arrives, freezing in less than a second in much the same way as the first. Staring at us is... it's not what it looks like. Ai, Hate! In this position, it's almost as if we've been discovered having an affair. I hurriedly try to explain myself to two visitors who are both lost for words. Imagine getting caught cheating by your girlfriend. Dang. Nothing good ever comes of trying to surprise someone. Didn't you know that? As I protest to Hanukkah, she apologizes over our 5th toast of the night. I'm sorry, it's just that we wanted to congratulate you and celebrate. Besides, these are the kinds of things that are meant to be a surprise. I guess, but I'm just going to drop it. I said that she wanted to celebrate my first radio show that's all my own, and got the agreement of the president and the usual crowd. They were all to have their own jobs to do. Saki Mugendo was to decorate my room, but since she hadn't slept for a few days, she decided to take a nap first. It was time for the party, and I was bringing food up when she caught me in that compromised position. And that's how we got here. I told everyone that we should just have a normal party. What? Wouldn't it be weird to just say, oh, the radio show's doing well, so we'll have a party? Let's meet at Okami at X time. It's not all that formal a party. And who is it that totally blew the casual surprise party again? Gugh. I sip on my lemon sour as I watch Sachan uncharacteristically crumble in front of Kokoro. Sorry about this, Tachibana. Hate apologizes for some reason. What? What for? You should be celebrating with your good friends from your own team, and here I am from a different team entirely. You're apologizing for something like that? You don't have to, you know. Okay then, here. Hate pour some sake into my empty glass. Today is a chance for me to celebrate with my good friends, and being as you are also my good friend, you should be here. She stares at her drink for a while before drowning it. Heh. What's with you laughing like that all of a sudden? Did the alcohol go somewhere it wasn't supposed to? This is my Nana. I know. I'm sure you want to boast about how open-minded you are, but today isn't your day to brag, I. Kokoro seems to be irritated as I howls, why not? Banako is sat beside Hanuka. You want to drink too, Vice Prez? Woof. I love all the chaos of this. I listened to your show yesterday. I knew our popular little voice actress would do well. The questions flowed great. They did? I don't usually compliment people, and it was a bit messy in the middle, but the ad actually made it better. It helped you to dig into your guests. I see, so some people get that impression too. I'm just glad that you enjoyed it. Hearing that from such an outspoken friend satisfies me more than any alcohol ever could. I listened too. I was so moved. This Nana. If you say it like that, it makes it sound like I'm completely useless. What? Oh no. I just meant that you have come so far. I guess she was reminiscing. Well, so was I. When I first joined Eureka Software, I was a nobody. But not anymore. Even that is all thanks to the people here. The alcohol tastes especially good tonight. Heh. It's the height of summer, so of course we're all thirsty. Anyway, I've been watching you glance at your phone all night. What's with that? Messages from your lover? Oh. Don't you start any more trouble. This is... I hear the phone ring again on the floor mat. It's a message from my senior at the agency. She's been looking after me a lot, so I can't just ignore it. Sunshine grabs my phone from the floor and starts rifling through it suspiciously. What's this? It's just as you read. It's a tweet or DM. Since yesterday, we've been talking about how her cat has a kidney stone. I'm just carrying on the conversation. As I lament about how bothersome Tweeter is, Sachan lets out a sudden laugh and falls to the floor. Hey, you're going to spill the beer. An annoyed Hate picks the shaking glasses up as Sachan clutches her sides laughing, as though we're talking about something funny. It looks like Ai is being lectured by her little sister. I'm really glad that I chose to be here. Heh. Hanuka hears my murmur and holds out a glass. We make a sixth toast and I down my lemon sour in one gulp. Midnight passes. The party finally begins to break up and one by one they all begin to leave. We've all drunk very heavily, myself included, so there's much staggering, but luckily we live in a dormitory. Tomorrow is work as usual, we say our goodbyes and they all leave in small groups. Oh, that's right. Hanuka suddenly turns back around the way she came and I bend out of the way to avoid a collision. Her boobs accidentally hit me in the face. Alright, what is it? I received a letter from Marie a little while ago. This is addressed to you. She says as I take the letter, I can't help but grin when I think about the timing of it all. This is from Marie too. Hanuka takes a small package out of her bag and hands it to me. Is this a present? I tilt my neck a little in confusion as Hanuka leaves with a cheerful wave. She was the last of my guests to depart. I'll take that. A letter? I think about how I'm receiving a lot of letters lately. I tuck the package under my arm, open up the envelope, and take out the stationery. Master. The letter contains friendly catch-up stuff and goes on to praise my voice acting. She then tells me not to worry about the little nitpicks and things that one sees through everything. I smile and continue to read the letter. I drank today was just a shot of wine. What kind of wine? The only wine that I enjoy drinking is sake, the Japanese rice wine. And although I am willing to try different forms of sake, I specifically prefer nigori. The letter ends strangely, and nigori has a variety of different brands and types as well. So there's one that I want to try. It's called Tozai. Please open up the package when you're alone. I cock my head confused, then I replace the letter in the envelope. Rip through the wrapping on the package and open the box. Is it a present? No. A huge message card is inside, almost concealing the entire contents. I pick the card up, deciding to read it later. Huh? At first I have no idea what this is. It's black and very heavy. This can't be real. It's almost as if it's a bad joke. Enshrined within the box is a pistol. I stare at it frozen. I finally understand what it is. Unable to move, only time passes by. Then I suddenly remember about the message card. I hurriedly scan the card. In Marie Mahler's handwriting, it says that this is a real pistol and that it used to belong to my stepmother. What the heck? Wait, ew, whoa. Are we all seeing the same thing? Like, not only is the stepmother pointing a gun at her while I is holding her hand, but like, look at the Opie just being out. How do I make it so that we get rid of the text box? That way we could just see it in full. Oh, there you go. I gotta press circle. Bro, it's kind of hot. Kind of kinky. Alright, let me get rid of the YouTube message for a second. I'm gonna take a screenshot because I might have this as like a consideration for potential thumbnail because it's hot. The events of last year come flooding back into my mind. I remember how back then Marie Mahler had snatched the pistol away from my stepmother, but she didn't hand it over to the cops. This can't be real, right? Did she not hand it over? No way, this must be some kind of joke, right? It has to be. It's a Greek wine served at the beginning of a meal. Okay. If she shot the gun, it would really hurt. Yeah, I think so too. Question mark suddenly pops into my mind. She couldn't get rid of it, so she's entrusting it to me? What am I supposed to do with something like this? Should have given it to the dang cops. Not grabbing it properly can end very bad. True. 18 days before the storm. I can't start my usual morning routine. I can't even switch the TV on like I usually do when I wake up. Couldn't sleep a wink last night. All because of the thing I'm staring at right now. The pistol that my stepmother left behind. It's in a box next to my bed, and I've left this lid off so I can keep an eye on it. As I lie there, casting my gaze down on the gun, I continue to worry about what I should do with it now that it's in my care, as I have been all night. Usually the responsible thing would be to turn it into the police. I could tell them everything that happened and hand the gun right over to them, but I might get in some kind of trouble still. If only I had given the gun Marie Mahler disarmed from my stepmother last year to the police, they might have scolded me, but there shouldn't have been any problems. But if I give it to them now after one whole year, it wouldn't be so bad if it was just me involved, but this could cause trouble for Master too. I might be the one in illegal possession of a firearm right now, but Marie Mahler had it for an entire year. If I was honest about the circumstances, Marie would probably be severely punished for keeping the gun for no reason. Or at least I don't think she had a reason. I realize that the reason she gave it back to me now is probably because she has gone back to Grisseria. I don't really know the specifics, but there's no extradition pact with Grisseria, so as long as she's in her own country, she should be fine, but no, I don't think Master would think that far ahead. As I mutter, one option stands out from the rest in my weary head. Why don't you just get rid of it? I think this is supposed to be something like a SIG or something else. What do you mean SIG? As I mutter, one option stands out from the rest. Okay, I read that. If I buried it deep in the mountains, no one would ever know. Even when she disappears, all she leaves behind is trouble. I think of my faraway stepmother. I wish she would just disappear from my memories entirely, but I rub my face harshly with my hands and gaze listlessly at the pistol. What? I jump out of bed and let out a shriek at the sudden sound of the doorbell, and not a sexy shriek from me at that. Coming. Nana, I'm here to pick you up. It's I. Usually we would be going to work together if she didn't need to leave too early. I jump out of bed and look around the room in panic. Hey, there's something I forgot to give you yesterday. Just a minute. Huh? I gotta change. No, wait, the TV. Oh no, I already switched it off. My panicked mind is all over the place. Nana? I opens the door questioningly and peeks into the room, her gaze landing on... I'm still not ready, so just feel free to make yourself a coffee and wait or something. I is staring at me with a troubled look on her face as I shove the whole box into my bag. Oh god, now she's gonna run around with it in her bag. I'm beside myself with worry, having tossed the pistol into my bag, box and all. When I showed up out of the blue, I'm now walking to work with it. Oh god, there isn't anyone at Yuka Software who would normally go through someone else's bags but I can't calm down knowing that if that pistol is found beside me, that I might end up leaving the office in handcuffs. I reduced the number of times that I'm away from the bag by cutting down on my trips to the toilet. This means less coffee breaks in the hot water room. Someone beside me is suspicious that I seem to be taking my work more seriously than usual. It's their normal expression, but right now it feels like they see right through me. What is it? Huh? It's just that Nana's bag isn't your bag? That's right, I just dropped a pen right there beside it. It's true, there is a pen on the floor down there. Kokoro takes a step towards me and leans forward, but... it's okay, I've got it. Nana will pick it up. Sorry? You don't need to worry, I'm the office assistant, so I'll pick up the pen. I immediately pick the pen up and hand it back. Thank you. You're welcome. I hand it back cheerfully, but she still looks suspicious. I keep a worried eye on my bag, hiding it away on the floor, so that I can make it to the end of the day without the pistol being discovered and blowing my secret. I guess I really can't keep my composure if it's nearby. I pick up my bag and slowly get up from my seat. Then I just pretend like everything is normal and head for the break room. The main feature of the break room is the coffee machine, but it does also serve as a basic kitchen, so there are plenty of ingredients and seasoning packets around. No one should find it if I leave it here. The pistol is already inside an ordinary looking light brown rectangular cardboard box. Even if I place this box on top of the others, no one should notice. Nevertheless, wait, people are way more likely to take a box off the top. I start moving cardboard boxes onto the floor so that I can conceal my box several boxes in. It's a race against time. I work while sitting out for people in the hallway. Woof. What? I turn around in a panic as I hear a sudden bark behind me. What are you doing? The president is tilting her neck inquisitively next to Banako. I and the others, including the PZ team, have to pass through the hallway to get to the break room. That's why I was paying attention to that area. Woof. I was expecting to have to listen for our dog out for dog paws. The president's office is opposite. If you open the doors of that office, the break room is right there. And I guess the reason I didn't hear any doors is because they weren't closed properly in the first place. And then when the president walks in, I'm up to something right there. Are you making something for lunch? Aren't all of those boxes over there empty? We put them over there so that we can throw them away later. What? You do? I guess I got mixed up somehow. Woof. I like how the dog looks angry now. Like the dog knows something is up. Please don't bite that box. I'm begging you. Banako is chewing on the box on the floor as if she's found some kind of interesting toy inside. It's not the box with the pistol in, but it's still making me nervous. Well, there's still some time until lunch. All this noise might distract the others. So, can you do whatever it is you're doing a bit later? Isn't this game weird? It's supposed to be a Yuri game, but at first we're focusing on like this game development stuff and tweeter, which is fine. You know, it's fine to have a main plot outside of the Yuri. But first we're focusing on this game stuff, and then now there's like a random pistol causing problems. Like, what the heck? Come on, I told you to stop chewing that. Oof. Don't wag your tail, this isn't a game. I can't help but repeat those words I'd heard somewhere before. That didn't go according to plan. As I tidy up the boxes off the floor, I let out a deep sigh. Work is finally over. I grab the bag that's causing me so much worry when... Hey Nana, would you like to... Good night. I say to everyone flatly before running for the door. I stamp my time card and rush away. Phew. I'm going to be gone for a bit to get something to drink. Alright. Hydrate well. Looking forward to having you back. I enter out onto the uncrowded street and finally let out a sigh. Scared that someone will come out of the office and follow me, I tighten my grip on the bag in the busy station. Everything is because of this. I hid the bag. I don't want to say that this is Marie Mahler's fault. Look up at the sky as if wishing for the girl in the far-off land. The sky in the glow of sunset is so beautiful. This is just ridiculous. Why am I the one who has to worry about this? In my head, I think of a bud, finally sprouting because of everyone's help. Suddenly getting trampled on before it can fully bloom. The image is cartoonish, but that can't be helped with my job being what it is. The heat of the midsummer, the beautiful glow of the sunset. That stupid package, it's all so ridiculous. I unconsciously thrust my hand into my bag and take out the package. Then, I tossed the cardboard box with the pistol inside into a garbage pile on the side of the road. Good. After checking and seeing the pistol has been disposed of on top of a microwave in the trash, I somehow feel a weight off my mind and return to the dormitory. But my new light heart suddenly sinks when I arrive home and lie down on my bed. Don't tell me I messed up. It's stupid to worry now that I've thrown away what was causing so much anxiety, but what if I was too hasty? I may not have been seen when I threw away the box, but it still has my fingerprints all over it and the gun too. And I feel bad about throwing it away so close to the dormitory. I was just thinking this morning about how I should get rid of it deep in the mountains. My overreactive imagination can see it now. A pistol was found by a local resident today, and can see the newscaster's composed, hateful face right now. The news report would continue and show the Eureka Software offices. Office assistant and celebrity, Nana Tachibana, 25, suspected of possessing and disposing of an illegal firearm. My devastated face looming there over the reporter's shoulder. Gah! I squeal out like a cat that's been accidentally stepped on, and someone comes rushing in without even knocking. What's the matter, Nana? You got a face like a cat that just got stepped on, says the girl with the perceptive eyes. Oh, it's just that you came into my room so suddenly. Oh, sorry about that. You sound like you were shrieking about something. She sticks out her tongue in apology. Usually I would find that cute, but not today, not in this state of mind. The reason I shrieked was because I just remembered how I got rejected for this big audition. You did? Was the role really that good that you had to cry out when you didn't get it? I'm not sure how to put it, but sometimes I just get really passionate. Maybe it's because I'm a Pisces. I follows along with it for some reason, and I have to remind her that it's a joke because I don't know when my birthday actually is. So why did you use your spare key today? Honestly, it looks like we're going to be late to work. She never usually uses her spare key. I frowns hesitantly. Maybe it's none of my business. Huh? But I think you should do things properly, she says. Huh? She produces the cardboard box with the pistol inside. But, I know that I shouldn't be sticking my nose in, but today they're collecting kitchen waste. Not non-combustibles. Did you? Before I can fully ask her if she looked inside, she shakes her head. All I know is that it's heavy, and it's making a noise like it's quite solid. Plus, you threw it out in the wrong place. Oh, how careless of me. I'm stuck with the pistol again. I'm half relieved, but also half devastated. It's pretty heavy for its size. Is it an external hard drive or something? Something like that. She seems to have swallowed my ambiguous replies with a cheerful nod. I puts the box down, tells me she'll come again soon, and leaves. What am I supposed to do now? I pick up the weighty box. It's nothing compared to the weight on my mind. I shook my shoulders and let out yet another deep sigh. 13 days before the storm. I have two stepmothers. The one stepmother who taught me how to stay alive, and the one stepmother who raised me with affection. Both of them always used to say the same thing. I just wanted what is best for you. They're very pleasant words to use when fretting about children. My stepmother who raised me with affection was the first one to say those words. Once she passed away, the stepmother who taught me how to survive inherited them. But the stepmother who inherited those words had no other words for me too. Had other words for me too. No. The me in my dreams doesn't only enjoy life, but I would say that I experience more good things than bad overall. And I think that the bad things help make the good things feel better. Sure, there are bad people, but they're rare, and luckily they have nothing to do with me. In my dream, I'm heading to the agency that I used to belong to. I open the door and say hello, even though no one is there. Then I walk further into the compact little office. There's no one in the president's chair, but the opposite sits my stepmother with her back to me. No, not again. I call out my stepmother's name and she slowly turns around. Then we begin to talk about some upcoming work when my stepmother says, "People cannot change." I stand there confused. People cannot change. The meaning behind these words isn't that growing and changing is bad, but that you have to find your own weapon as you are now. At least that's how I perceived it at the time. It's actually easy to get rid of guns? Tell me more. But to me, to the present me, these words are nothing more than a curse. Just like, I just wanted what is best for you. My stepmother laughs and her face contorts into a warped crescent moon grin. You cannot change. R. Drenched in sweat, I immediately wipe it away from my face. The cold sweat sticks to my hands, and I breathe a sigh of relief that my stepmother is not really here. What the hell is going on? The matter of my stepmother has already been taken care of, so why am I still having nightmares about her? Is it because I feel guilty for hiding the pistol? It's been 6 days since I received the gun. I've been having bad dreams ever since I got it. Maybe that's why. I look at the time. It's 30 minutes before we usually wake up. I sigh a long breath of relief, when suddenly there's a knock at my door. My breath catches in my throat. Good morning. Sat up in bed, I catch Ai's gaze and raise my voice in surprise. If you know how to do it properly, it's gonna be gone. I got a good idea. Throw it into a volcano. I was trying to sneak in quietly so as not to wake you, but you knocked on my door though. Ai looks like she doesn't know how to answer. I guess that's just part of her inherent politeness. I ask her what's wrong. I just thought that I would come and make you breakfast. She lifts up a full bag and proudly announces that we're having pancakes. That perks me right up. My mother always used to make pancakes. They're the perfect breakfast. You might think that this is a lie, but yes? Pancakes are my absolute favorite breakfast food. I adore them with fruit on the side. Ai giggles and heads to the kitchen. I go to the sink to wash my face, listening to Ai's humming. I take a while to brush my teeth and sort my hair out. When I return to the main room, a smell that brings me joy is wafting from the table into my nose. This makes me feel a lot calmer. Ai has finished laying breakfast out on the table. I may feel a little gloomy because of that ominous dream, but I guess that, for me... Oh, about dinner tonight. Are we eating out, or am I making it tonight? Well, I'm really looking forward to that, but... Did you hear? I take a little break from work and go to drink a coffee. One of my coworkers also arrives for her break, so I decide to ask her about something I mentioned this morning. My coworker takes a sip of the coffee I brewed and declares that of course she knew. Location scouting, right? She was probably asked by the PZ team or something. Yes, what I had started talking about this morning was... The next thing they're working on is a sports game, tennis. So they wanted to hear from people who actually play. It was only a short while, but she started learning herself. Yeah, tennis lessons. What I had happily started talking about as we ate our breakfast together was that she started taking tennis lessons. She had heard that tennis was difficult to start with, but appeared to have a natural talent for it. She could now kind of do rallies and was finding it really interesting. She went on about how her tennis teacher is so kind and beautiful. I wonder why she didn't tell me about it until now. She probably said something, but lately you've not exactly been all here. So it's Nana's fault? What are you looking at me like that for? It's not like going to tennis lessons for location scouting is such a big deal. But, when I think about her in those fluttery tennis clothes, it's just... Sachan smiles menacingly like the Cheshire cat and fumbles around inside her pockets. You're right to be worried. A girl like her just like that is bound to be able to attract someone. Ugh. Without me even having to say anything, she guesses what I'm worried about. She's right. I have this stereotype that tennis lessons are where you go to meet new people. I know that I'm needlessly labeling them, but back when I worked at the nursery, my coworker often used to say that people only ever went to lessons to hook up. Dang, are you hearing this, David? We gotta go to some tennis lessons. The woman who told me about it actually went to tennis school too. Her talk turned quite risque after that. Thank goodness I didn't listen. Hey, I sent me this. Want to see? Huh? What is it? It's the instructor who's teaching her. Sachan says, dusting her phone in front of me. I look at the screen. She's as beautiful as I said. Right? She's very sexy. Just look at that ASS. It's amazing. Ugh. As I gawk at the slender, model-like instructor, I feel irritation and jealousy burn over my chest. Hehe. Maybe I'm fanning the flames a little too much here, but if you don't do anything, then she might just steal Ai away. Waving the phone in front of me, Sachan smiles at me maliciously, as if to say that a woman like that could definitely do it. I'm not going to skip the gym. Bro, you could do both. I don't know how to put it, but I feel so horrible. I mutter, fixated on Ai as she walks a little ways ahead and in front of a passerby. That's right, Ai. How can I follow my girlfriend like this? Sachan wound me up, and now it bothers me so much that I'm actually following Ai. Watching her from behind, my own heart scolds me and shames me for acting so cowardly and not trusting her. I get that, but for someone like me who has no self-confidence, I need cold hard proof that nothing is happening. It kind of reminds me of that song. The singer happens across her lover and thinks it would be fun to pretend to be a spy and follow him around. She starts to have a bad feeling about the fact that her lover is dressed a little differently from usual. While she's worrying, a car pulls up and she sees her lover and another woman kiss. It's giving me a bad feeling now. Feeling anxious about the lack of luck that I've had in the past, I remember the times that we've been through together and try to tell myself that it'll be alright as I follow. Once I return home, I can't stop thinking about it. I follow Ai to her tennis lesson and watch. The gorgeous coach from the photograph that Sachan showed me has her arm around Ai's waist and is smiling at her happily, and Ai is beaming right back at her. I haven't seen her smile like that in a while. She's laughing along without a care in the world as she takes on the coach's advice, whereas lately she only shows me a sweet, more modest smile. It's probably because I received that pistol. I haven't been able to look Ai in the face properly. When I think about it calmly, I understand, but it's true that I haven't been able to face Ai properly lately. I've been so comfortable in our relationship that I haven't made any effort to change. All I ever wanted to do was be like this, surrounded by our friends, and I at Ai's side where I belong. Now that I think about it, the signs were all there, I muttered, thinking back to that couple and their child, who we saw on our date to Akihabara, which now feels too long ago. Back then I thought about what she said, and she's seriously worried about it. But in the end, I never actually did anything. I just believed that if I wanted anything to happen, then I had to wait for the right chance. But I guess that's not the case. If I begin to broach marriage, then I have to go and meet her parents. And before that, I have to make sure that I can prove that I have an income stable enough to support us. And how am I even supposed to bring the subject of marriage up in the first place? We've still only been dating a little over a year. Isn't it still too early to talk about getting married? Aren't you supposed to get there by taking smaller steps? And what even are those steps? Living together? We already live in the same dormitory, but I guess living together would help us get to know each other even more. It would help to cement our status as a couple. But if we're going to live together, then I would need a bigger place than I have now, and we would always be together. She's where I belong. Living together would solidify that idea. It would make me feel so safe, and too many cliches in the visual novel? Like what? My phone suddenly rings. I take it in my hand, see Ai's name on the screen. I hurriedly put it to my ear. Hey Nana, have you eaten yet? Oh, not yet. I'm just walking through the shopping district on the way home, so I'll bring something back for us. She asks me what kind of food I want. Chinese, Italian, Griserian? In response to her happy voice sighed. Hey Ai. Yes? Once work is more stable, do you want to live with me? So I've been thinking about it so much, I decided to say what was on my mind and ask her. All I can hear on the other end of the phone is static. I can tell that Ai is troubled. No. I'm sure that Ai will say yes. She accepted me, so I'm sure she will accept my offer. Nana? Yeah? Can you let me think about that for a while? Oof. I thought that she would agree unconditionally. I feel my body stiffen as I detect a cold tension in Ai's voice. In my right ear, where I hold my phone, is silence. But in my left ear I hear, people cannot change. I hear my stepmother's stubborn, joyful voice. Feels bad, man. 12 days before the storm. The scenery around me on the way to the station doesn't even register. The only thing reflected in my eyes is Ayatori. I think about what she said on the other end of the phone yesterday. Can you let me think about that for a while? A phantom of eyes saying those words in disgust enters my brain. Why? The rational side of me is trying to tell me that it's probably because I is helping out the PZ team right now and the timing isn't very good. But the old me tells me that happiness never comes to people like me. All I can do is go back to where I was before, it says. In my left ear I hear my stepmother's words. People cannot change. Be quiet. I suddenly exhale and shake my head to erase my vision of Ai. It's always been a bad habit of mine to think negatively when things go wrong. Sure, I rejected my offer for us to live together, but that is her free choice to make. I shouldn't interject, but has Ai ever refused me for anything before? Ai has always been pushing me forwards with her kind words and understanding. I don't think she has ever rejected me for anything until now. Maybe that's why her refusal this time is giving me such a shock. Has she become bored of me? Does she prefer the tennis coach now? Today I was in the Eureka software office until lunch, and I felt so embarrassed that I couldn't bear to look at her. But her attitude towards me hasn't changed, or at least I don't think it has. She's a very easy to understand girlfriend. If she has something to say to me, I can usually see it in her attitude. That's why. Ugh. I can't go on doing this. No matter how much I sit worrying, I'm not going to get any answers from it. Besides, the reason I'm leaving the office early today is for that anime job. It'll be impossible to perform the way I need to, like this. Alright, I'm going to do my best. I slap both hands to my cheeks, regain my composure, and hurry to the station. Getting a feeling of deja vu, I stand in front of my room. I put my handle to the doorknob. It's open again. The knob on the unlocked door twists easily, letting out another sigh. I enter my room and look towards the bed like usual. The summer blanket betrays the silhouette of a person, and I grimace about how this situation feels so familiar. Sachan, if you want to come over, you really should call me first. I turn on the light and rip off the covers. To find a sprawled out and sleeping Saki Mugendo exclaiming sleepily that I'm finally home. Again? Are you a master lockpicker or something? I guess so. Before I insert this tool into the cylinder, I cover it in machine oil. That makes the least sound when the lock clicks open, so it's the best way. She boasts about how many ways she has tried, but this one was the best. Since I got you to confess, I'll tell that all to the police. I take out my phone and hear Sachan's characteristic laughter. I'm kidding. It's just like last time. I planned to wait outside, but your door was already open. You seem pissed though. One of my coworkers keeps squatting in my home when I'm not here. Of course, I'm not going to be thrilled about that. That's what I say at least. Maybe this whole thing with Ai is showing on my face. Sachan starts saying something as she nimbly gets up. I brought drinks, so how about a party? She says. Well, I guess I could do with a drink, I say, throwing my bag down on the bed. I change into my casual clothes and make a toast with Sachan after I finish making some quick nibbles. Once I've downed 2 glasses of wine... So what are you hiding? My friend asks, a smirk on her face. I'm not hiding anything. Oh, you would cloud our friendship with lies? I pour some more wine, chuckling at her notion of us being friends. I bet it has to do with your love life, isn't it? Huh? What? No. Bingo. What? How did you know? Are you pulling a Wildergate? Of course I'm not doing anything as interesting as wiretapping you. I can just tell how you were with each other today. She says boastfully. Without so much as hesitating, I tell her it's true. I knew it. Did you get all demanding and annoy her? Do I look that type to you? And if I had been brave enough to do that, I probably wouldn't be feeling as bad as this. She says nasally, but she simply waves her glass as if she has suddenly lost interest. What? No. It's just that I think I've got it. Buyer's remorse, right? That ironic joke of life. As soon as you have something, you realize that you don't want it. The vision I had of Ai earlier suddenly pops back into my head. I don't have any regrets. I show my temperature rising. Sachan is unfazed. Right, so what are you worried about? She asks. It's just that... It's just what? I falter. I'm at complete loss for words. Sachan looks completely amazed. She sighs and pours her 3rd glass of wine. Someone single like me. Love talk and that kind of stuff is hell, so don't expect that much from me. But from time immemorial, this has been the punchline. It's all much ado about nothing. Much ado about nothing? Something that important, something that seems important is really no big deal. I'm not sure why you're so hesitant, but at least if you're honest, you might come to understand something. She may be right. Look, I'm sorry I'm being a misery guts. You really are, so you're going to hang out with me until all the alcohol I brought today is gone. We have work tomorrow though. I'm just going to say I feel ill and go in the afternoon. You do the same. Normally she's just lazy and hard to read, but... What? But on the inside, she's like a big sister who takes care of everyone. It's good to laugh a lot, but quit the smirking. Anyway, we're out of cheese bites. She says, saying something about how she thought she put them around here and going to open the cupboard next to the fridge. Wait, no, you can't go in there. I stopped my coworker with her hand on the handle of the cupboard where the pistol is hidden and tell her that it's in the fridge in a panic. Your guess, Sachan, you should sit back down. She returns to the table muttering about how weird I am. I let out a sigh of relief. It's kinda weird, but today has been so much fun I feel like my stomach is in knots. Feeling a whole mix of emotions, I stifle a laugh. Tomorrow I'll ask her why. That's what I've decided as I take out the spare blue cheese. "11 days before the storm." I feel like we're not making much progress. I feel like we're only halfway through. And I feel like I might want to call it here and save the rest for next time. Because we're close to the 2-hour mark. I did another stream earlier today. And there are things that I need to finish for work tomorrow. As well as eat soon and do other things. So I guess, like, I wanted to see if I could finish this all in one shot today, but I think we're going to save the rest for next time. So alright, anyone who's still lurking here, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for everyone who stopped by, said hello, and chatted. Thanks to everyone who left a like on the stream. PT under the mattress and glue it stuck? What? I guess that's a strategy, Jesus. Probably not the best strategy, but it's a strategy. Alright guys, so next weekend we will have a Genshin stream on Saturday. And maybe we'll do our continuation of this story on Sunday. Usually I do Yuri on Saturdays, but next Saturday we won't be able to do it because I'll be at a friend's house. He has some big board game extravaganza going on, so looking forward to that. So Genshin Saturday early at the usual time, Yuri possibly on Sunday. And I guess that's all for now. Eat well, sleep well, take care of yourselves. Thanks for hanging out, David. Until next time.